Family, what's cracking? Huh. See, something's going on with my damn mic stand. Alright, what's up? I'm about to stop moving this thing around like this and keep it standing up. Alright, we're on here doing a reading, but I'm trying to see if I'm popping up anywhere. And I don't see myself. Alright, I see me. Make sure I'm on this YouTube. Alright, y'all, today's reading, we're going to focus on basically what are you supposed to be doing right now to mentally and spiritually prepare for your next chapter. The last reading was kind of talking about what's coming in the next chapter. So this one, we always are concerned about what's coming in, but we want to make sure that we're at, peak optimal stamina, energy, whatever that may be, for us to be able to graciously accept whatever these gifts are from Spirit and get the most out of them. Sometimes you could jack stuff up. So we're just going to make sure that we're prepared to make the most out of everything that we worked hard for, right? That's what this one's about. See, I'm going to be playing with this shit. Okay, I think I found the culprit. I think it's my base. Yep. Alright, tighten up, nigga. Alright, let's go. So let's get straight into it. We did, I believe, let me look at my deck. I believe pile number 1 is the rose quartz. Let me look at the picture though. Yeah, so pile 1, rose quartz. Pile 1. Y'all picked the rose quartz bracelet. So let's see exactly what you need to be focusing on. What are the past challenges that you overcame? We're going to start there. This is for everyone in this reading. We're going to start on the past challenges that you overcame. Then from there, we are going to move into the present blessing that's coming in. So that's going to kind of be a recap of last week. And then how to mentally and spiritually prepare. We'll do some clarifications on these cards. So let's get straight into it. Pile number 1, rose quartz. The past challenges that you overcame, pile number 1. I already shuffled, but we'll do some light shuffling. I cleared the deck with Palo Santo. I got a nice smoke out of it too, so that was nice. Sometimes it's a weak signal, but it was smoking pretty nice. Then once I get done with this, I think I'm going to take a nap. I want to get into the studio. It's getting late. I got a headache. I didn't get any sleep. So I've been going through massive shifts, upgrades, downloads, anything you could think of spiritually. I've been going through it, and it takes a lot of energy out, but hold up. Hello?
Hello, my name is Iris from Student Loan Forgiveness. May I speak to
Yeah, student loan forgiveness. Imagine that. We already about to get forgiven, baby. But I think you do have to make some payments, so I'll call them back. It's not right now. I want to make sure they are who they say they are. I'm probably going to try to reach out, Anyway. You have to be very careful in today's world. Everyone's calling you, spamming you. Everyone's giving your number out. So sometimes it can make it hard to tell who's real. So I like to just reach out to people on my own for certain things. You feel me? I don't be having time. This is going to really get on my nerves. I don't think we're going to keep this like this. Something. Sorry guys, I know y'all can hear all this movement. Alright, yeah, we're gonna stand it up. Sorry guys. But it's laid back. This ain't Sunday. This ain't the podcast. So you get the messages, you come on. The podcast is a little more set up to where I'm already super prepared to come on. This is like random. Alright, so let's get back into it. Pal number 1, rose quartz bracelet. Rose quartz bracelet. I'm still getting good signal too. Make sure if you guys are watching, put your pal down there in the comment section if you want to say what's up. At the least when you come into the, you know what I mean? When you step into the room, just as a common courtesy. Just as a way of saying hello, you feel me? Alright. Rose quartz, pal number 1. We're not doing any reversals today. Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is the card that came out. So this could have to be dealing with someone in your life, like a woman, a motherly figure, an older woman, or a boss figure. Or this could have been you stepping into the Queen of Pentacles energy. So basically that was your last challenge, was embodying this Queen of Pentacles energy. Give me more for that, please. For past challenges, let's clarify. Alright, yeah, we got the Sun. And we have the Queen of Swords. Yeah, so I feel like... Let me look at these cards. Yeah, I feel like this was all about you claiming your abundance. Almost in the sense of realizing that it's not necessarily going to be given to you. And of course, like if you're talking about like a job or something like that, that's something that, you know, someone has to sign on to give it to you. So when we're initially speaking of this energy, this Queen of Pentacles energy, and you embodying it, I feel like it's something that you had to do on your own. Like there wasn't really an outside stimuli that made this come about. This was something you had to muster up on your own accord. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't because someone gave you a raise or someone gave you a job. No, it was just something that you knew, like, I have to embody this energy. So that was your past challenge that you overcame. It looks like you definitely did what you had to do. Page of Swords, yep, deep thought, going in through meditation, realizing that you have to take control of your thoughts. Realizing you can't really let your thoughts control you, especially if you're embarking on such a journey. Like at the end of the day, you know, tarot's tarot. We say the cards so much, but certain stuff just hits bigger and deeper than other things. So like to embody that Queen of Pentacles energy, even though as a reader I see the Queen of Pentacles all the time, that's a different hit. Like to really embody it, not for it to be a fleeting moment or oh, I feel that way today, but to know like, nah, this is it, I found it. Y'all know I'm a huge fan of Hook, so y'all know I'm a huge fan of feelings and how to acknowledge them, how to recognize them. So I talk a lot about the Christmas spirit. Another good example I use just as an example of these types of feelings and energies that we go throughout and that we encounter is the movie Hook, when he basically taps into his happy space. And that's all this stuff is. Like, yeah, the Queen of Pentacles isn't necessarily the same exact energy as the happy space or the Christmas spirit, but it is an energy that exists within that you can pull from. It's an energy that you've been in before. Now, maybe before you, who knows what the circumstances were, but it's something that's always within, and it's up for you or up to you to be able to continuously tap into that energy so you can feel abundant. And not abundant in a cocky, snarky type of way, but just abundant. You feel good. You feel like you're at peace with where you're at, how you are maintaining on the material plane, basically. So that's abundance in everything. It's not always just a money thing. A lot of times your abundance will have to do with like your relationships on the physical plane, just how you show up down here. Do you feel good? And that's what you overcame. So now we got the present blessings. See, I'm going to use this deck. It's another tarot deck, so we're going to see if any repeats come out. Alright, so what are your present blessings? This is rose quartz. Okay, so it looks like some of you guys are being gifted, or like basically a blessing. I look at it as like a gift from spirit, as having some type of vacation time where you're going to be able to get away, travel, do some exploring. So for some of you guys, this is going to be, when I say exploring, like a place, you're going to be going somewhere. That's confirmation. You're going to be going somewhere that you've always wanted to go and explore, someplace that you've researched. And for others, you're going to be going on this vacation, but you're going to discover something while you're there, something that maybe you didn't anticipate discovering while you're in this place. So that's what's in your present blessing. Keep going. Keep clarifying the Knight of Staffs, please. Also, looks like you're going to be encountering, because I'm seeing those 3 pyramids. Anytime I think of the pyramids, I think about the mystery systems. Like a lot of times the pyramids were used as like the schools, the mystery systems, where the elite would be going to learn higher levels of, basically occult knowledge. So the things that the masses don't know, the things that are hidden away from the masses, and usually about the 1%, 6%, very small percent of the population understand these mystery systems. So you're going to, during this encounter, during this trip, this vacation, you are going to start to be upgraded. Because remember, I'm saying it's like 1% who are tapped in, who can get this type of information. So it looks like you are going to be going through some type of ascension process and being tapped in, downloaded, given more information, more occult information. Now, when it's occult, it could go all types of ways. A lot of times, your occult information could be given to you by way of your own life experiences, where you get a download of something that happened to you and it starts to make sense on a vaster scale. Or sometimes it could be more so of a worldly thing, like I don't really want to, but it just, you'll know it when you get it. It'll be something that you didn't know before. It just comes to you in like a glimpse, instant thought, like a download. Like it's like, whoa, where'd I get that from? You'll know what it is. Then from there, it's going to be up to you what you do with it, how you perceive it, dissect it, look at it, don't ignore it. Alright. We have the Queen of Staffs. What's up with this Queen of Staffs? I'm going to clarify her. This is the present blessing. So for my men watching, which I do believe I have a lot of men that watch at this point, you do have a queen coming in. Someone who's going to be powerful, sitting on her throne, beautiful, sensual. So she's going to have the va-va-voom and the brains to match it. So that's for the men. For women, I feel like this is also more embodiment. You know what I mean? Like, we got the Queen of Pentacles. Now we have the Queen of Staffs that came out. We also had the Queen of Swords. So we are getting mighty close. Oh, it look like it's about to storm. We're getting mighty close too. Even if the Empress don't pop out, if the Queen, if the Queen of Cups pops out, it looks like this is your ascension process as far as becoming the Empress. I don't even need the Empress to pop out. If those 4 cards pop out, it means you're going through each of these levels to embody Empress level. Empress level is basically divine feminine. It's where you're definitely being spiritually upgraded. And you're also being made ready for your divine counterpart as well. Now, whether you are looking for love or not, well, look, y'all, 10 of Cups. This is divine counterpart energy right here. It's written all over your face. You don't have to say, oh, you don't have to say a word. Alright, yeah, so that's crazy that card flipped out right when I was speaking on it. So yeah, it looks like you are being prepared for this divine counterpart. If anything, because I haven't seen the Queen of Cups yet, but when I looked at I'm seeing the World card. When I looked at the bottom of the deck, I saw the 7 of Swords, which always gives me that defensive energy. Now, the Queen of Cups, she is emotionally balanced. So she's able to let down her emotional walls, but she's also wise enough and emotionally mature enough to be able to handle relationships, be able to see something a mile away, not getting taken advantage of, nothing like that, right? So, with that being said, if she doesn't pop out for you for your present blessing, that's probably what you are going to be working on in your future, is really opening yourself back up for love. Look, for my women out here, the men, you're getting the Queen of Wands. For my women, this is that big energy. That's exactly what this is. So you are being prepared for your divine counterpart, but there is that last cracking of your heart space that you have to do. Alright, so let's get straight into how to mentally and spiritually prepare. So basically, we know right now you're getting prepared for success. You've already gone through the process of really embodying the Queen of Pentacles energy. So you're feeling strong, like you're feeling good about being here on this physical plane. You don't always feel great. We go through a lot of ups and downs, so we don't always feel very secure. But right now, you're feeling good about just what's going on. In this second part, the present blessings that are coming your way, you got divine counterpart, and you also still have a leveling up, which is going to happen by way of like some type of vacation, whether it's you physically going somewhere or you just taking a mental break, you taking off from work, whatever that's going to be. So now let's see how to mentally and spiritually prepare for all this stuff. How to mentally Temperance. And this is them cups popping back up. We were already talking about how your last part is embodying the Queen of Cups, your emotionally balanced state to where you do feel like you're ready to just love in general. Love doesn't always have to be about like a relationship. Love can also just be, are you ready to just put yourself back out there in the world to be a loving individual, just period? Are you ready to do that? So it's going to be about you finding balance, emotional balance within. That's what you're going to be doing right now in this moment. So basically, we have certain things in our world that will trigger us. It's not going to be the time to ignore your triggers. Right now, it's going to be a time to face your triggers head on. So if you come into whatever it is, like it could be something that I'm saying that triggers you, take note of it. Why is this triggering me? What does this bother me? Why is this bothering me? It could be something that someone else says. Your mom, your friend, your girl, whatever, your dude. Don't just brush it off and don't blame them, because it's your trigger. They're just the mirror of it. So it's going to be a time for you to really start to delve deep into certain triggers that you have, so you can eliminate them, get down to the bottom of them, understand why they even exist, so you don't have to deal with them. It's going to help you find this emotional balance and temperance. All right, what else? How to mentally and spiritually prepare for what's coming in. For rose quartz, pile number 1. The devil. The ultimate trigger, yo. So, like I said, this is going to be really about tackling your triggers, being very honest with yourself, and when they pop up, whatever that trigger is, not sit with it to where you're letting it trigger you, but addressing it, seeing if it's even something that exists, because for everyone it's going to be something different. Sometimes you could be triggered by things that were put on you that's not even of you. Yeah, I mean, it's not even how you feel about yourself, how you see yourself. It could be just things that others have put on you. So evaluate that. Like, it's not even me. I mean, throw it out. Or if it's something that makes you mad, why did that upset me? Kind of delve a little deep in it. See what that's about. Yeah, I mean, so just take out time to really process. And it's really a learning process itself, which is always helpful. Then we got the King of Pentacles that came out. So I feel like this is really just straight up talking about the physical plane. Temperance, a lot of times we all know, like, I mean, when we're down here on earth, it's hard to be balanced when everything is out of whack, especially if anything in like your physical world is just off balance. You know what I mean? So as far as how you're going to be mentally and spiritually preparing, this is going to be a time for you to start mentally and spiritually preparing yourself for what you want your future to look like when these blessings start coming in. So you're already in the energy of abundance. What are you going to do with this abundance? And not like short term, y'all. We're done with short term. I'm talking about like, what is this abundance going to do generationally? How is this abundance going to move on to your next, you know what I mean, chapter, to your kids, to their kids? And how are you even going to set them up and mentally prepare them? Like, we're going a little deeper than, it's not surface level type stuff. So they want you to spiritually prepare yourself. Start to really start thinking on this stuff. Really start putting together a spiritual roadmap as well on even what you would want your spiritual growth to be. Have you noticed any types of spiritual gifts that you want to start tapping into? You don't want them to sit dormant. You want to start opening up. Even just a closer connection to spirit. They want you to really start building that, speaking more with spirit, becoming more aware of the presence of the divine. Yeah, I mean, in your life at all times. So these are the things that's going to help you as you're moving in to your next blessing, which is coming in the present moment. All right, y'all. Pile number 1, that was y'all. We're going to do pile number 2. It's not going to be that long. It will still be nice, but who knows? I'm long-winded. You know what I mean? That's why I used to get in trouble in high school and elementary. All right, pile number 2. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? You are the Ahnk. The key. Sissies. Y'all know, y'all don't know nothing about that. I mean, I'm a real hip-hop historian. Y'all don't know about that. Guaranteed. But look them up. X-Clan, yo. They dope. They had major keys. Like, everyone... And, I mean, you know, it's fair, I guess, because of how they were promoted. Everyone's always on Public Enemy, and Public Enemy was dope. Everyone's always on Chris, KRS-One. Dope. Definitely spoke knowledge. But them boys, X-Clan, woo, woo, woo. They was speaking that deep knowledge. You know what I mean? It takes some ascension processes to understand what X-Clan was speaking on. All right. And pile number 2. Alright, the Ahnk. Everyone's doing some moving. Baby, let's cruise away from here. That's the song that came to mind. Cruising. Cruising by, is that the Miracles and Smokey Robinson or just Smokey Robinson? I think it's just Smokey by itself. But not sure. If you want it, you got it forever. This is not a one-night stand. Alright, so I'm feeling like you are either starting something new with someone. Basically, I mean, I'm taking the lyrics from the song. This is not a one-night stand, like realizing something's deeper than what you may have thought it was originally, and moving into, like basically moving away. Let's keep clarifying. This is the 6 of Swords. Too many. Just 1 card, please. 2 at the max. Nope. Too many. They flying. I don't lose my cards. Alright. Let's go, baby. There you go. The 5 of Swords. Yeah, so... Okay, so this could also be you leaving from some sort of deception. Saying you're going to fly away. Pleasure is my way. Keep going. This one's getting messy. Yeah, you're working on something. I feel like this, I'm not going to say much on it because I'm almost feeling like it's not supposed to be, almost, what's that saying? What's known don't need to be, or what's understood don't need to be said. It's one of them types of situations. So, outside of that, it does look like you're definitely, what was overcame was you working on some type of abundance. Now, you're at the 7. So you're still putting work in. You're still building to get to the 10 of Pentacles. But being at the 7 is a good place because you're two above halfway. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing bad. Ain't nothing wrong with being at a 7 when you're trying to get to 10. That's very, very close. So you're starting to see the things that you've worked on in the past manifest, coming to fruition. You're starting to see the things that you planted take root, which is a plus. You know what I mean? So also it looks like you're getting calls, messages, love messages. You could be a very hot commodity, and that could be what that's about. Like, I feel like with 8 messages, that's probably not from the same person. Maybe 3, you might have someone blowing you up, but you could be someone that's just a hot commodity. So you got people who's like thinking about creeping out to get at you. You got people who's lying to try to be around you. But then on your end, and this is all like, all of these cards where is the detecting all of this type of energy, very hot, very fiery, very passionate. So you got people hot on your track. This energy, though, I'm feeling like is more so your energy. Like where you're just like, la la la, working on your craft, trying to build your abundance. Which is great because you're not really getting caught up in the rapture of everyone's, yeah, I mean, shit. You're just staying in your lane. Alright. Yeah, see, Ace of Pentacles, green keep coming out when we're more so in your energy. So basically, that's what you've, okay. We're going to stop right there for your past challenges. That's what your past challenges were. That's what you've overcome. You've learned that no matter what everyone else got going on in their world, no matter how hectic it is, no matter if this one got the hots for you, this one's hitting you up, this one is saying you ain't shit, no matter what's happening, you have got to do you. You have got to maintain your peace. You have got to maintain your sense of balance and just live your life doing the things that you know bring you the most joy, the most abundance type of energy and feeling. So that's where you're at with it. That's what you have overcome and learned. So you've learned how to take back your power. You've learned how to stay in your own energy and work with that, which is a great place to be because that's where true manifestation and the things that you need to happen can actually work. When you have other energies coming in and bombarding, muddying up the waters, you can't tell. Even like what I'm about to say, you can't tell whose energy is whose because you got so much coming in at you. That happens. So even if you notice at the beginning of the reading for you, pal number 2, the Ahnk, I almost wasn't like, I was feeling like that was your energy, but it did feel off as it would for you. Like when we're dealing with energies, when you got something that kind of comes into your energetic sphere and it's not yours, but you can feel it intensely, especially if you're empathic, you'll feel off about it. Like, like I'm feeling it, but it don't seem like I'm supposed to be feeling it, basically. Or where is it coming from? Why am I feeling it? That don't make sense. So I think that's another big thing you've learned is how to maintain your energy, deal with other people. Yeah, of course, especially if you're an empath, you're going to feel others' energies, but even being able to dissect where energy is coming from, what the energy is, and then most importantly, be able to maintain your own balance and your own energy so you can manifest and create from within that. Now, your present blessing coming. Oh yeah, I'm about to take the best nap, y'all. Present, that's my present blessing coming, this nap. Eat me some fruit. Alright, we'll take 2. present blessing. All right, we got the Emperor. We also have the Queen of Cups that came out. Now, the Queen of Cups, I was looking for her in the last pile. She never showed up. So, pile 1, you may want to step in to pile number 2 just because it's kind of weird that she finally shows up. Okay, so with the Emperor showing up, this is definitely showing me that your present blessing, full blown. You mastered your energy. You've mastered how to control your energy. You are the queen or the king of your throne, the king or the queen of your castle. But most importantly, the king or the queen of your energy. Like, you're not letting anything come in and bombard you with negativity. You're not letting anything come in and like take you off a track or mess you up. You've figured it out. Like, you know where you're going. You can lead your people. You know what I mean? A king, imagine a king who's lofty and don't know where they're going. You know what I mean? Or is always in there. And there are like, I was just watching something and I never even thought of it, but they were talking about how the kings had advisors, and the advisors for the most part are running the show. So you had some kings that were the ones really stamping the plans, putting the mark down on the map, saying this is what we about to do. And then you had other ones who were getting advised by not even only the advisors, but even their community. But right now, and that's just fine, but I feel like, because there's nothing wrong with getting advised, getting helped, getting any type of assistance, taking the advice of people who have been there, done it before, or maybe more wise than you are in a certain situation or circumstance. But at the end of the day, you still have learned that as you take the advice, as you listen to the advice of others, you're balancing it out against what you resonate with. So you're never going to go against what you just ultimately resonate with. You figured it out. You know what sits right with you, what you're willing to do, what's aligned with you. And then as people come with maybe things, ideas, people, places and things, places to go, you choose from that standpoint, from a place of knowing who you are and what it is. Now, this Queen of Cups talks about you being emotionally stable, and that's when you're able to make clear decisions, when your emotions aren't scattered all over the place, when you're really in a very serene type of place, a calming place. Even if everything around you was to be in chaos, like, there's been plenty of, even I can even think of the times on like the hoop court when I'm like, yeah, I mean, I haven't hooped in years, but even times on the hoop court where maybe 3 defenders, I might be going in, you know what I mean, for a layup. So I'm going into the hole. What's up? What's cracking, lady homie? How you been? So yeah, I may be driving into the hole, and out of nowhere, the hole collapses. 3 defenders now on me. And it's like, in that pressure moment, I can still keep my cool to do whatever move I need to move. So we're going to have times where maybe the circumstances don't look the best, but it's really about forget the circumstances. I be seeing you too, yo. Yeah, so it's about forget them circumstances. What are we drawing from within? Can we keep calm even if there's a storm happening all around us? And as long as we have mastered that, and pile number 2, I see this is what you've mastered: thunder, hail, rain, bombs over Baghdad. But you can tap into your sense of inner peace just with that energy alone, having that type of emotional stability and maturity. It puts you automatically in the Emperor's new groove. Why do I say that? Because even if an emperor, if anything goes wrong, let's say there's so many things that could go wrong inside of an empire. The financial situation, the economy could blow up, you could go to war, but it's the emperor's job. It's the people that are, I mean, on the front lines who are in the war, in the army. It's their job to be able to come up with the war plan, to see how they're going to execute, how they're going to get everyone out of this situation. So it don't matter what's going on in the outside circumstances, as long as you're someone that can keep it cool. So that is your present blessing that's coming. You're learning, and you're also getting help from the divine on helping you to maintain this cool collective attitude, even if things may not be the best, or even if things are the best. So now, how are you going to mentally and spiritually prepare for this blessing, which this is a true blessing? To be able to keep a calm head and know God got you no matter what's happening is the ultimate. Alright, so we got the sun. How to mentally and spiritually prepare. The sun is, for one, I would say start getting, I'm going to even be super mundane. Start going out more into the sunlight. Start smelling the roses. I remember when I first started tapping in, as far as like learning that there was more to life than just financial gain and what you got in your pockets. This was maybe 2017, and I was just doing, I would do like just random, like I would just find myself being outside, maybe on my way to work. That's why I was outside catching the bus. But on my way, I would like literally be spotting butterflies and like really paying attention, like, damn, that's a beautiful butterfly. Or notice a nice flower, smell it. You know what I mean? So Spirit wants you to really start taking like true delight in the little things, just the little things that Spirit has put down on the planet. What's up? What's up? How you doing? Love you too, yo. You already know. So yeah. So yeah, Spirit wants you to really start basically taking advantage of the natural gifts out here. If we're walking throughout life and we're not really paying attention to a beautiful day, or it could be something very small. You could be walking down the street and a kid waves at you. Like, pay attention to that. First of all, most of these people walking down the street, as far as adults go, are so jaded now. No one's really speaking to anyone. Everyone's kind of up their own ass in their own world. So it's kind of like Spirit wants you to really start taking account of just the small little things that bring you pleasure in life, no matter what it is. I mean, for me, it's skateboarding. A lot of times, if I'm feeling like, I skateboard every day because I know it's something that brings me pleasure. Making music, but whatever it is, I've been making sure I'm going back to older television shows that I grew up on. I used to really laugh and crack up at, Seinfeld, stuff like that. But really what I think this sun card is about is really enjoying just the natural beauty of just nature. So now let's see how to mentally and spiritually prepare, keep going. Okay, I believe Two of Swords. This is asking you to make decisions. One thing about freedom, it's hard to maintain freedom or to feel free if you always feel like you got a big decision looming over you that you can't make. So they're asking you to start being more trusting with your decisions. Start and especially when you're going out into nature, you're going to be feeling a lot more tapped in. So start using that to your advantage. So you're tapping more so in with just the natural energy of the planet. Then alongside of that, as you're tapping in, they want you to start to trust what you're intuitively being led to do. Don't be in two minds. Just start to really realize when you're being led. So trying to open up and really realize, like, okay, this feels good. I was already kind of on this, and now this has opened up. This is clearly a sign that I'm going this way, and I don't have to second guess. Alright, so that's what they want you to really work on. That's how you're going to mentally and spiritually prepare yourself for this Emperor energy, for this abundance, and for you to just feel like you got this. No matter what goes on, you're always going to be able to make the right decision to lead you to your abundance. First, you're going to have to work on getting out in nature, smelling the roses, appreciating the small things in life, and then knowing that you're being intuitively led to make the right decisions. Alright. So now, last but never least, we got Cheese Ring, one of my favorite artifacts in life. Bang. Let's see. Pile number 3. Pile number 3, the ring. Past challenges that you overcame. Just so we can see what you have conquered. Great song, Conquerors, Kurt Franklin. We are conquerors. Conquerors. We are conquerors. Conquerors. Alright, let's see. Alright, guys. Okay. Three of Pentacles. So, you guys who picked pile number 3, Three of Pentacles is my left out in the cold card. So you guys have come over, you guys have gotten over a feeling of abandonment. Whether this was a feeling of abandonment that has been with you since childhood. I don't know, some of you guys could have literally been in like the foster care system, adopted, maybe raised by a grandma or an aunt, or it could be something that has to deal with your personal relationships as you got older, with even like friends, you feeling like you were abandoned by in certain friend groups or abandoned in relationships. But this is something that you were able to overcome. Just the energy of you not having to sulk in it. I was just doing some research on this too. What were they saying in particular about abandonment? Well, abandonment, it basically it rears its ugly head because there's certain side effects that come with it. So codependency comes as a side effect to being abandoned or having abandonment issues. There's a lot of different side effects. Look up the side effects to it, but it looks like you have overcome your abandonment issues, which means you're not going to be showing the side effects of abandonment issues. So that's what you've overcome in the past cycle. Now, because of this, it looks like you're feeling like you're ready for a fresh start. That's another thing. Abandonment leaves you in a shell-shocked. Like, even in this card, it's usually 3 people waiting outside of a church. You know what I mean? But they've been left outside the cold. It's almost like the people who are in the church have clearly told them, we ain't letting you inside this church. So, but anyone, and I've dealt with abandonment issues. So, if you're dealing with abandonment issues, one of the side effects could be you not leaving the church. You know what I mean? You staying outside the church. I just got a crazy download that I can't speak on, but That's what Patreon's for. I'm definitely about to start that because there's certain keys that I got that can't be spoke on regular live. Hold up. Sorry, guys. Alright, that's one hell of a breakdown. Oh, I can't wait to really start getting in my bag with, like, once we do the Patreon, y'all gonna be able to get some real knowledge. I'm gonna make it pretty reasonable. But anyway, yeah. So with that abandonment issue, it can cause you, basically, like I said, one of the side effects is codependency. So it's like they left you outside the church, but the people are still standing outside the church. So what you feel is staying outside the church. You're ready for a new journey. And the church could be anything. It could be you felt like your parents abandoned you, but you've always wanted too long to live with them or have a relationship with them. You felt like a friend abandoned you, but you longed to have that friendship, so you sat around and waited for the phone call. But because you've healed this abandonment wound, you are now ready to start a new journey, and it has nothing to do with abandonment. You're not even really worried about that, right? So now, what's in your present blessings? Too many, but I'm probably going to take the one that hit the table because that was perfect. Cutting out things that no longer serve you. Present blessings. This is also you being more head over heart, not letting your emotions control everything, but really making the best decisions for you. So you're being very logical, and in this moment, it is important for you to do so. Now, okay, so also looks like this journey that you're taking is going to be one of solitude for some time. It looks like you're on my own. But one thing I will say is, because you've healed the abandonment wounds, even though you may be on your own, look how you're still safe in a seat. So your heart is not blocked off to love. Another side effect of abandonment issues, you could definitely have a huge blockage in your heart chakra where you wouldn't even be accepting. Like, this chair would have like crates and shit on top of it. Yeah, I mean, it would not be open for someone to just sit their butt down in it. So it's almost like you're feeling like, it's almost like you're preparing. And another pal got this too. I believe it was pal number 2. It's almost like you know that there are certain things that you need to do in solitude, as far as meditating, getting back tapped in emotionally with yourself, getting back tapped in spiritually with spirit. But within this process, it's not like you have a closed heart. You're still open. It's almost like you're preparing yourself for when it's time to make that part of the journey. So your present blessings right now is actually you being at peace with your solitude. And it's funny. It's almost, I don't know, it's like when we go through certain things, we would expect or even want them to play out. Like, it just seems like divine justice to humans is different than it is to the Most High, how he sees it playing. And at the end of the day, once it's put on your life, you always can look back in hindsight and be like, oh yeah, that makes sense on why it happened this way. But for us, we want the clear line, almost like a movie. Like, we want it to be, it should make it make sense. You feel me? But in this case, it's looking like, because if you're thinking about abandonment, that means alone time, right? So then when I say what's your blessing, most people, just on a human aspect, would feel like the blessing is to no longer be alone. You know what I mean? The blessing is now someone's coming in. But what spirit does for us is that's not necessarily a blessing. That's more so of a band-aid. And most of us who have dealt with abandonment issues have used that band-aid millions of times, and it always gets ripped off, right? So it's like the show Father Knows Best, Spirit Knows Best. So Spirit knows to avoid from just having a band-aid on this thing that's eventually going to get ripped off. Let's make sure that we put you in a basically in a essential process to where you heal your own energy, you become one with self, you become at peace with self. Then once that process is over, yeah, you'll be ready to go out there, meet all the people you want to, all the friends, whatever it is. But the true blessing out of it all is going to be that you found love within self. You've healed that true issue, that true trigger of the abandonment wound. So you won't have to go through that again. And it's going to make your next relationships a lot more peaceful, a lot less stress will be taken off of them. So that is the blessing. So now let's see, how are you supposed to mentally and spiritually prepare? Clarify. We got the Five of Wands that came out, but I want to clarify. Okay, yeah, so for me, this is back in that Two of Minds thing with making decisions, having faith. Definitely watch pal number 2. It's looking like you're just being asked to release your past negative thoughts, those internal things that you've battled with, just from the reaction of whatever this abandonment thing has been. They want you to drop your burdens. Don't worry about it. It's being taken care of. And why? Because your blessing is to basically be able to release that energy and to basically be able to be very, very at peace just within, knowing that the things you've gone through have brought you to this point. So they want you to release negative thoughts. This is what's going to mentally and spiritually prepare you to get the blessing of releasing any type of abandonment wounds. This reminds me of, I don't want to get it too messed up, but let me turn this down a bit. This reminds me of, I believe it's in Spain. Someone put it in the comments, y'all. What's that statue? It's a huge monument. I mean, it's famous, but that's what this is reminding me of. And I believe it's either a saint or Jesus. I've always seen it as Jesus. But this is that 10 of Cups. This is that overly abundant. So they want you to step into the energy of, damn, what's back in the day? What would Jesus do? To where, like, everyone talks about the Jesus, the Christ story, but the challenge is actually embodying that energy. And I mean, there's so many different motifs of a Jesus Christ. So It's not talking about being walked on, stepped on. At the end of the day, Jesus wasn't about that. Like, as far as the biblical sense, I'm talking about just reading the stories. Jesus had his moments, right? Where he showed up, showed out, showed his, yeah, I mean. So, as far as that goes, they want you to be able to open your heart. Jesus, even when you see him depicted, they always have that heart chakra piece right there. So it's a big activation of the heart chakra. So they want you to be able to release your burdens of the past, understand that the things that happened to you wasn't personal. It was really a part of your ascension process to get you to where you are today. Probably because you're going to have to take these experiences and help other people out who've gone through similar things. Yeah, so also during this process, I feel like you're going to, with the moon card coming out, you're going to be getting revelations that only you could get. Like I said, there are going to be certain things that happen to you, that happen in your past, that are going to suddenly, and I believe like kind of mysteriously, start to make sense. Where you're just going to get it like, whoa, I understand. Or even this could be someone coming up and revealing some things that were kept secret to you that you didn't know. So there are going to be some things that are revealed to you that are going to help you deal with the abandonment as well. So I do hope that you guys enjoyed the reading. Before we get out of here, I'm going to pull one oracle card for each pal. I'm going to start with the rose quartz and see what comes out. This is the part for me, because this is the part I can truly take and post on shorts and stuff. You know what I mean? Just one card. Y'all know I'm always marketing, y'all. Alright. Please give me... Okay, one card for my rose quartz. Karukala. Alright. To receive your divine inheritance of blessings and support for sacred fulfillment, certain karmic conditions that resonate at a lower frequency need to be cleared. Karukela signifies a time of rapid movement on your path and freedom to attract what you want and need. Let go of that which does not belong in your world. Release and you shall receive. That was for my pal number 1, rose quartz. Pal number 2. Taking this one. It's the one that came out in my hand. Bagalamuki. Excuse me if I'm pronouncing these wrong. She arrests the flow of negativity, particularly that of our own making. She transforms our karma from that which hinders our joy to that which can create true happiness. As you seek refuge in her, you are protected from gossip, slander, and any form of negativity from others. A positive turning of the tide of good fortune is predicted. Alright, so looking good. Pal number 3. Oh. I've never seen that card either. This deck is still very fresh, actually. I haven't gotten through all these cards. Okay, yes, one card. Okay, pal number 3. Is this one card? I feel like... Yep, it is. Alright, pal number 3. Anahata Kali. Your heart cannot be contained or constrained by what has taken place in your life. Your heart wisdom and empowerment is growing, and soon you shall have the wisdom and courage to accomplish something significant to your soul journey. Trust in the invisible workings of divine love in your life. Let your heart be at peace as it guides you onward. That is very on point for pile number 3. Very on point, y'all. Alright, so I do hope that these messages resonated. I hope that they were on point. If they were, drop something in the comment section. Make sure you subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Follow me on Facebook. Like I said, I'm going to have more things coming up. Life is about to get hectic, but I don't know. I'm going to have time to kind of like really be in my own little world, I think, so I can take mental notes and see what I want Patreon to look like. Because Patreon, we're going to dive deep. We're going to get way deeper stuff that I couldn't dare say on YouTube. You feel me? So if you're interested in signing on and become a Patreon, put Patreon in the comments for me just to let me know it's something you're intrigued about. Alright, y'all. It's your girl, Jen Ether. I appreciate everyone who showed up. It's always big love. I'll probably be on next week to do another reading, and y'all definitely catch me on Sunday for Ether's World. Alright, y'all. I'm out.